You are listening to
Marty and the Bro. I had an epiphany the other day thinking about just, the certain issues I've been having in my personal life in general, right? And I realized that we messed up bad as society by saying, like, at least if you talk shit, you should get hit in the story. Does that make sense? Like, and I think
physically hit.
well, I think, yes, I think that, yeah, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. And the reason now,
Like,
yeah, I don't know how else to say, yeah.
In all context.
I mean, well, there's
definitely,
yeah, no, exactly. That's actually a perfect example. Yes. I think, in other countries, bro, you can go on YouTube right now and watch videos of, think about it. They're so passionate about, trying to fight for their people or whatever's going on. They come to blows in different countries, like the parliaments, like you can watch it videos all day. They're in there fighting big brawls, like, fighting for their people, our people. And I look at our Congress and our people, man, ain't nobody trying to fight nothing. And it's like, nobody really represents anybody because there's no, what I realized, I think it has to do with thinking about free speech. I've been thinking about speech deep a lot, right? And it's speech should be free, but should it be consequenceless? And I think that's something that we as Americans have messed up with, and where there's just consequenceless speech all over the place. Like, you can get on the internet and just talk reckless, you know what I'm saying? Like and without fear of getting one of your teeth knocked out. And I think that level, that keeps people kind of in check. And the fact that, like, people just, I don't know, like, I've been watching people talk about, oh, free speech this, free speech that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if you advocate for free speech, I think you have to also, you can't deny also though, there's a big part of that is, that speech can lead to consequences. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And if you take away the consequences of that speech, the speech gets out of hand, right? You know what I'm saying? So if somebody keeps, talking crazy stuff, you know what I mean? And there's no consequences to, because we have consequences to speech like slander, right? You know what I mean? You can't slander somebody. There's threat of legal action, right? You can go to jail. But but you can just like spew out crazy racist stuff, you know what I'm saying? And there's no retribution as far as getting hit in your mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no, because sometimes, like there may not be you may not be able to, change the court of, if you're on I don't know, but you can't always rally together, the public's opinion and get somebody fired or something like that. Some of those situations are a lot smaller. So it's just, I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot. Yeah. It's not even just it's not even just a shortcut. It's probably how it's, if we look at human existence for the longest time, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's been survival of the fittest, there's a big guy there. He probably has a lot of power, but the beautiful thing about that is we can think, and, all the little guys can band together. You see, there should have been checks and balances on how much, you can, if this guy is big and strong and he tries to take over, all the little guys can rise up against him. And, and you get those balances in nature, right? But since we've taken nature out of the equation with society, and we've decided, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Speech should always be free, no consequence unless for these specific things. And it's like, I think we left a big hole in assholes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've said you can be an asshole consequenceless in America. And it's like, no, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it has to be life-changing, but you should, I should be able to hit you in your mouth if you're an asshole. You know what I'm saying? We'd have a lot less assholes if I was able to hit you right in between your, right in the nose, right? You know what I mean? So, we look at the world and how we are now, and it's like, that's something that it's not,
because you've said that you've been hit before and you started to rethink your position.
The light. What do you tell? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been hit. Anybody who's truly, because, like, all right, so let's just speak on some gangster. You're gonna get real gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? First of all, if you've never lost a fight, more than likely a few things have happened. Either you've never been in a fight or you've never truly fought anybody worth fighting, right? You know what I mean? So, like, that's, if you ain't taking L's out here, you're fighting people who are obviously, not, everybody's like, I never lost a fight. Well, it's like, well, you ain't fighting people on your level. Then that's, you whack is what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. So, like real recognizes that, and everybody, so get that out the way first. Right. So, but at the end of the day, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. What was saying? What were we saying?
Talking about getting hit.
Oh yeah. Getting hit. Mind. Yeah. So like, what that does, it just humbles you, man. Like knowing that, like sometimes you gotta taking L's are important in life sometimes, because you can be talking all this mess and think like I'm right about all this. Sometimes it takes getting hit in the mouth and realizing maybe, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I was wrong somehow, but if you never have that experience, saying you just go away, I just made him mad and he didn't know what to do and say about it. Yeah, he might not have been as smart as you, but you are a dick, and he, like you should not, yes, he is stronger than you. So maybe you should chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest here. Like, just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, we were like, no violence ever, you can completely, talk crazy all the time. Yeah, do that. That's cool. You better not do anything about it. You can say whatever you better. Well, then the problem is you're just not smart. It's like, well, fuck that guy too. How about that? No, this guy should, be able to use what he has at his disposal to shut this idiot up. You know what I'm saying? Between the two, you know what I mean? Like, and he will be a better man for it too. Both, the guy who gets his ass whooped will benefit in the long run because of it. Because he will, you just have that moment when you get hit. You're like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? I probably shouldn't.
Do you remember that for you? Do you remember a situation that you were in where you mouthed
specifically
off too many times? Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to talk about my L's out here? You know what I'm saying? All right. So, I guess a few times, to be honest with you, shoot, there have been times I was right and still was like, damn, I don't know if I should have even done that. Anyway, so one of my homies,
there goes your theory. There goes your theory. You just got hit for being right.
No, I fought him. But either way, I was just like, damn, man, but still, there's still learning experiences in it. I just, I deeply believe in confrontation or struggle. Saying there is nothing wrong with a struggle and confrontation in life. It's okay to have, to overcome, right? Saying we have been so sat down. It's just like never any, it's like for most of we were running from real present dangers, saying at one point in time, you know what I mean? Like now, saying it's okay to have, to have a struggle confrontation and that ends. Like there should be able to be a end goal, or not end goal, like a conclusion. Yeah, exactly. A resolution, right? Saying with the whole, you can't, if somebody talks crazy, you can't do nothing to him thing. There's no resolution in that. You know what I'm saying? There's no real clear. It's like this guy, this guy can stop talking crazy and not get hit, right? There's that part, right? But if he doesn't learn that lesson, he goes on forward in life and does it to somebody else and does it again and does it again. And now he's more bold. And then, that's just where we are. Everybody's just a bunch of dumb assholes on the internet that talk reckless to anybody and everybody. And you know what I mean? And and it's like, somebody should have hit him in his mouth when he was a kid. That's his problem. He didn't get punched in his face, as a child.
Just a quick story. When I was in middle school, I remember there was an altercation on the field, on the field where we played sports, football and baseball and stuff. And these two kids got in a fight. One of them hit the other one in the head with an aluminum bat, put him in a coma, and then he died like a few days later.
Crazy.
I didn't know him. They were like a grade ahead of me or something like that. Yeah. But I mean, around the school, that was like, did you hear that? My brother, he said that he was around that day. He said he heard it. He heard the sound of the aluminum bat on the guy's head. I'm like, man, and then he died. The kid died. So
that's like I said, I think young kids see, because the problem is as young kids, when the younger you are, the less damage you do to somebody, right? Middle school, high school kids are real crazy and mean. But if you allow,
unless you have an aluminum bat.
I mean, a 5-year-old's not gonna, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you're, you know what I'm saying? You just allow, there's, like I said, because remember we were just talking about earlier in life, kids are sponges. They can soak up and understand certain. People don't understand how much kids learn from their asshole parents. Like a kid can see you talk reckless to somebody, and they internalize that this is okay, right? You know what I'm saying? So you may not know it, but your 3-year-old's a little asshole because you're a terrible person. You get what I'm saying? So now they're in school talking as reckless as they want to. There's kind of no, if the kid gets mad enough and wants to hit them, that kid gets in trouble. So now there's a double, there's almost
extra save.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Not only can I make him mad, you know what I'm saying? He also gets in trouble if he does anything about it. Like, it's just like, where I'm like just thinking about these things and like, man, because there's a lot of people I know in my life. It's just like, I hear the way they're talking to me, and it's just like, it blows my mind. Like, if you were a man, you wouldn't say the things you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you were ready to go to blows. The only reason this is happening is because, there's no, I can't hit you. I can't put my hands on you. So I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just think about these interesting little things. It's like, getting recklessly out of line. It's just like, yo, if you were anybody else, I would beat you up for the things you're saying right now. This is wild. And I know these people know that. There's like lines men don't cross unless like, when that line's crossed, the other, is a mutual known, like, okay, all right, this is probably going to happen then, right? You know what I mean? Like, you've crossed that line. You want this to happen, probably, like that's, and the bars is what, and there's that. And like I said, man, the problem is, that people just, there's got to be consequences to speech too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying people got to go to jail or nothing. This doesn't have to be, something super serious, but it's one of those things where it's like, yo, man, like, yeah, sometimes you got to pay for what you said. Yeah. Even on the small scales.
I guess, yeah, you're just saying there should be a little more leeway when it comes to somebody getting popped in the mouth because they were an asshole.
Exactly. There has to be. There has to be. There has to be, because we have certain, like I said, there's, free speech. You shouldn't be able to just say whatever you want without consequences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be from the government. I should be able to hit you in your motherfucking mouth if you get too out of line. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? It's cool.
All
Not
right,
the biggest of deals, right? No, I'm just saying. It's just, I don't know. It's a big thing to me. But, I think if we solve that problem, I think so many more issues in America, we just be like, God, I didn't realize this was, all it took was just, smacking somebody upside the head every now and then. Yo, you like what you just saw? Make sure you like, share, subscribe so the algorithms can algorithm or whatever sorcery they do. Follow us on our socials. Links all down in the description. And let's keep rocking.